You know we could have told her for free that Jeremy Robinson, also known as Junior, but she wasn't hearing anything from anyone about him. Now it appears that Junior is acting out once more and has dumped Tamar. When I tell you that Tamar isn't taking it well, she goes on a long, hard rant on social media, dragging him for filth and accusing him of using and dumping her. Junior isn't letting Tamar have the last say here either, though he clapped back hard at her, exposing some wild tea about her that's going to leave. You guys seem shocked, so let's get straight. Did JR cheat on Tamar once again? And did she really touch him? I don't know if any of you have been following Tamar and Junior's relationship from the beginning, but if you have, you probably already know that there have been a lot of red flags raised from the start of their toxic relationship. You know what? These two had red flags raised in the air, and we all knew it would not work out for them. They met on a TV show called Queen's Court, which was already a cause for concern, because you know how short these relationships on reality TV shows end. Moreover, they got engaged a few weeks after their first meeting. I understand that some of you fall in love rather quickly and are confident that you do want to spend the rest of your days and lives together, but as they say, although this wasn't the case in this instance, since JR and Tamar were talking red flags now. For one, Tamar has been married and divorced twice. Let me tell you, both marriages were a whole mess. Her first marriage barely lasted a year before she threw in the towel, and the divorce was everything but smooth. Then she tied the out with Vince Herbert. And they even had a son together, but then 9 years. And just when we all thought they were in it for the long haul, Tamar hit us with another divorce bombshell, complete with DV allegations and a restraining order. It was drama central for Tamar for a couple of years, but eventually they put their issues aside and focused on co-parenting their son. Then Tamar started dating David at Info, and why all that relationship was a hot mess too. After that breakup fiasco, she announced that she was done with love and was all about focusing on herself and healing. Yeah, but surprise, surprise, that did not last long. Next thing we know, she's on a reality TV show called Queen's Court, talking about trying to find her dream man, and that dream man turned out to be, for the time being, JR, who had some issues of his own. First off, let's talk about the giant red flag waving in the wind, that this man has 5 kids with 4 different baby mamas. You just know. That's a recipe for disaster. I mean, the baby mess, that's a mess waiting to explode. Especially with Tamar's sharp tongue, you know she's got to be the center of attention all time, so vying for the attention of faux baby mas. Ooh, we all know she's not exactly the type to keep calm in stressful situations. She has a smart mouth and a mean eye and neck roll that often gets her into trouble, so dealing with the man with all these baby mamas was a ticking time bomb just waiting to explode. So anyway, JR decided he was going to go on Queen's Court, and for some reason he zeroed in on Tamar, like she was the only one there. Forget all the other contestants, he had eyes for her and only her. Then out of the nowhere he popped the question after just a few weeks, and naturally Tamar said yes. She even squeezed out a few tears for the moment.
Tamar.
Oh my God.
I love you, Tamar. Tamar, will you marry me?
I've never done anything like this before, but something told me to trust the process. What could possibly go wrong? Do individuals have serious red flags? Getting engaged was definitely something to see, but what we didn't expect was that it would be so messy so quickly. One of his baby M took the social media to reveal that JR was only using Tamar for clout and publicity, adding that he had a weird fetish for black women and had a history of preying on them, especially vulnerable women like Tamar. She said he has an over black women so much that he often refers to himself as light-skinned white chait and tags himself the minority within the minority. He would attend the CL Club almost nightly, preying on beautiful black women and taking them home. She also revealed that he was extremely rude, arrogant, racially insensitive, womanizing, and degrading, adding that he claims to be an ally of the people and a protector of black women, but his actions tell us otherwise. She also exposed him for being a colonizing that fulfills his of biracial babies to further feed his ego and desire of one to be accepted amongst the black community. Why all this is kind of a weird hot mess. And fans started begging Tamar to run, Tamar run, because JR was worse than we knew, but Tamar of course didn't listen, which isn't surprising because why all know that Tamar doesn't listen unless she wants to. And do why all remember how I said he had 4 baby mamas who were bound to stir up some drama for Tamar? Well, it didn't take long for that pot to start boiling. The trouble started when Tamar couldn't stop gushing about how much she loved Jeremy and his kids, and you knew something was about to go down. She said, "It's my birthday, but I have to post the one who puts this teasy smile on my face." It took me a while to realize that this wholesome traditional love is the kind that I wanted and needed. We have 6 children between the two of us, and they mean everything to me. So missing with that, he has 4 baby mamas, thank God for them now the way. Tamar kept going on and on about his kids. You think that they were one big, happy family living in perfect harmony, but no, that was far from the truth because one of Jeremy's baby mas was not here for Tamar talking about her kids like that, and you can bet that caused some major drama. But baby mama wrote, "Let me be clear for all who know me and all who know. Jeremy did try to defend Tamar because he wrote Tamar Braxton has always been an amazing mother and spoils my children with love. Sometimes a difference of opinion with no conversation declares a miscommunication, creates a bad cycle. This woman is in no way a bonus or stepmother to my son. My son does not mean everything to her. She has not thanked God for me, and to be honest, none of it, baby mas. She has said demeaning, disrespectful, and outrageous things in her lack of effort to get to know me as a woman or mother. I want everyone to be peaceful and will do my best to foster that, but even with all of that, there was a whole lot of baby mama drama, and the best thing for her would have been to keep out of all these relationships, but she loved her man and she stuck beside him because she wanted to be with him no matter what, even when he humiliated her over and over again for no reason at all. Can you even imagine your sister being the one and only Tony Braxton and still dealing with men like this? Is give embarrassed and desperate. But if you thought that it couldn't get worse, well, it definitely did, because JR randomly woke up one day and announced to the world that he and Tamar had broken up. Even more, he made sure to make it clear that he was the one who dumped her, not the other way around. He wrote, "Tamar and I are no longer together. I ended the relationship to focus on getting back to positive energy and being a better person. What happened and why, that's our private place. No, I never cheated. I never cared about fame. I have always represented fame's people. And the truth is, I was in an amazing place financially and mentally. I turned down Queen's Court several times before I gave in. Ultimately, I fell in love, and it did not end how I wanted it, so I want to heal. Tamar and I will always be friends and family for life, but y'all, it gets even worse. See, turns out that Tamar found out about the breakup from social media like the rest of us, because JR didn't even have the decency to break up with her face-to-face, or even via text. He also broke up with her the same hour her home and car got vandalized. She wrote, "Imagine your home being robbed, moving to a new city, trying to find your new tribe, never finding where you fit in, and then finally settling in with at least one person you trust, to get in your car robbed and vandalized, then broken up with from the person you love and feel safe with, all in the same hour is too much." She also addressed the breakup and made a video where she basically denied that she was the reason for the breakup, saying that she had been working on being a better person.
Really grateful. I have done a lot to work on my mental health and change who I used to be into who I am now. And I can't help if people fall into that perception, because it's easy. And I get it, But I won't let anybody hold me captive to my past and things that I have overcome.
Junior attempted to control the situation and appear supportive when he noticed that people weren't on his side. He even went so far as to try to promote her concert last year, telling Dallas to get ready for the one and only Tamar Braxton, sending love and light. Thank you, Tamar, for being super supportive during an incredibly difficult time. You are not a negative and horrible person. You are a blessing to the world. And I have always been nothing sort of supporting and uplifting. Now I get that he didn't say anything all right shady, but fans couldn't help but side-eye this so-called compliment. When he said, "She's not negative and horrible," like, why did you have to say that? But people were already over the drama and not even talking about it anymore, so while bringing it up, it's given trying to stay relevant and sneaked his vibes. It felt like he was still being sneaky. However, Tamar responded, "I can't believe I'm going on the My Love and War tour. So broken people do things on purpose just to see you hurt. Misleading is abuse and a pattern. I'm so stupid after so much hurt. At some point, you have to get the strength to close the chapter. What a fool I was." Now you think that she would have moved on, taking her L in silence, and no, Tamar. Despite the obvious fact that he was manipulating her, she played like a complete fool and went back to him. A few days after their separation, Junior was seen going together with Tommy Lee, who is well known to have fallen out with Tamar. Music beat, it was obvious that Tommy and Junior were there only to try to get under Tamar's skin, and unfortunately it worked, because the next thing we knew, Tamar was back with Junior, and they were spotted together at a football game. Girl, what kind of high school games is this music? The timing was very shady, because just days before they were spotted together, Tommy had a running feud with Tamar. Remember when Chan and Tamar got into that brawl at Tamar's concert? Tommy came through with the accusations that Tamar was trying to use Chan for leverage. Crowd cheers. Hey, Tamar was telling Tommy not to mess with her boyfriend with that move. Many others, however, were also disappointed since Tamar had made it very evident that Junior had mistreated her and had even sided with her opponent to mistreat her. Additionally, Junior's baby mama had said that he often played games with black women, pitting them against one another. Tommy dropped some screenshots showing that Junior asked her to go to the game with him before he asked Tamar, and the only reason he asked Tamar was because Tommy couldn't go. This didn't matter to Tamar either, because she announced at her concert that she and Junior were back together. It seemed he was using Tommy and Tamar as his drama squad. Tamar either didn't see it or didn't care. Tamar probably thought that taking Junior back would get under Tommy's skin, but instead Tommy threw Tamar under the bus. Proud cheers if you think I was going to let my man go because he took some crazy "you guys are lying, and I know it" into a basketball game. And of course that made Tommy mad, and she went live to read Tamar for filth, claiming that Junior ate her groceries. If we all know what I mean, what is wrong with the situation is that is your man, as you call it. That is your man. He knew it was a situation with me and you, and he was down to play op games. I wouldn't take anything like that serious, my love, that ate and I sent him on his way. It wasn't. She also revealed that Junior had been telling her, "On Tamar, you don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house. Not Mrs. Braxton, not Mrs. Braxton, not Mrs. Singer with the sold-out tour that Junior also told me was flex, it was cap, it was G-flexing, she didn't have any so between me and you." In his exact words, the tour was not sold out. He said you were messy. He said you went back to your mother's house. He told me a lot of things that he shouldn't tell a stranger. I just met this man less than a week. Yeah, your man is giving up because of how? He's going to spill tea on you, it's absolutely wild. And Tamar should have gotten out of that relationship that instant. But if there was one thing that we have learned about this so far, it is that Tamar needs to have a man by her side. Because you just don't learn that Tamar will be having to have a man by her side like some type of addict, so instead of dumping Junior like she should have, why all want to know what she did, instead she married the man that's crazy, but at least she married him in secret because she knows she would have gotten dragged for filth if she had tried to have a loud wedding, and guess what? It's not only fans who disapprove of the relationship, it turns out that her family disapproves as well.